What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Mello with Marty's Buick, GMC, and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we get our first real-world look of the 2023 GMC Canyons much-needed interior update. If you're new to the channel, or perhaps maybe you're just coming back for more, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I upload fresh General Motors related news and content every single week, so if that's something that you're into, be sure to tune in. Now let's get into it. All right, so by now we've all seen the new interiors for both the refreshed 2022 Sierra as well as the refreshed 2022 Silverado. Or if for some reason you haven't, I'll leave a link right here as well as in the description below to check those out. But what about the GM midsize trucks? It's like the trucks that everybody forgot about. Well, yesterday my spy photographers managed to capture the upcoming 2023 GMC Canyon out doing a bit of testing, giving us a highly detailed look at what was hiding inside the cabin. Now, at first glance, we noticed the obvious. A new landscape-oriented display that looks very similar to that of the new Sierra and Silverado. However, this display does look a bit more narrowed, so it could be slightly smaller than what we've seen in the 2022 full-size trucks, but I did notice that the power or volume knob, whichever one you want to call it, is integrated into the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and honestly, it looks like it was pulled right out of the refreshed Sierra or Silverado. Just beneath the screen, we've got two rows of buttons. We can see we've got our typical HVAC controls, as well as heated and cooled seats. Now, in addition to those heated and cooled seats, I'm looking in the background, and I can see we've got some wood visible on the door, with perhaps some metal trim, which leads me to believe that this has to be a higher, more upscale Canyon that we're looking at. In fact, we could very well be looking at the Denali, but we can't really be sure. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Are we looking at a Denali here? Maybe it's a ZR2. Something else to take note of is in this image right here, we can see that although the operator is utilizing Apple CarPlay, the display is actually split, and we can see Google Maps is providing some navigation on the right side. I also noticed that on the top of the screen, we can see the Google Assistant icon along with a recommended voice command. The integration of Google Assistant, I know some people are like, hey, they have a little pushback on that. Honestly, I think it's something that everyone is going to love once they get used to using it. Because let's be honest, voice commands inside most vehicles haven't been the most reliable things. But from what I've seen with all of Google Assistant's commands and all of the demos and everything that I've seen, that's no longer going to be the case.
Control media, stay in touch, navigate and manage your vehicle experience by simply using your voice.
Hey Google, play Lithium on Sirius XM.
All right, asking Sirius XM to play Lithium.
Hey Google, show me charging stations along my route.
EVgo charging station in Plymouth is 33 minutes away. Would you like to stop there?
Yes. Hey Google, resume my podcast.
Got it. America's Off-Road Podcast on Google Podcasts. Here's where you left off.
In fact, just out of curiosity, let me know in the comments below if you've used a vehicle with voice commands. Maybe it's something you're driving now. Maybe it's something you rented once. Maybe it's the significant other's car. Let me know what your experience has been with using voice commands inside a vehicle, good, bad, or indifferent. Me personally, everything that I've ever tried to use voice commands with, it's just never worked. You'd be like, call home, calling mom. No, don't call mom. In addition to the new main displays, we also have what appears to be a fully digital gauge cluster. Once again, now this is something that we've seen in the refreshed 2022 trucks as well as the new full-size SUVs, so it would make sense that we're seeing it here as well. Now, the last thing that I'll mention about the interior before I go ahead and show you some of the exterior photos that I have is the restyled steering wheel, which also appears to have a new button layout. All in all, I'd say from what I see here, now I know some of it's still under camo, but it looks like the new Canyon will be much, much, much improved, at least on the inside, over its previous layout. As far as the outside of the truck goes, I do have a few shots to share with you guys here, but the truck is still covered in quite a bit of camo, so trying to get an idea of what the new design elements are is a bit difficult, with the exception of this image right here, where we can see some of the signature LED lighting peeking through, but still, not a lot to work with, at least from these spy photos. Hopefully we'll get some better ones in the very near future. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you're driving a Canyon or Colorado now, let me know, will these changes be enough for you to consider updating and upgrading into something new? Or is this kind of just, no real interest. I'll be curious to know. I know everyone that's driving a Sierra Silverado is dying to get that new interior. So I'll be curious if the Canyon and Colorado drivers are, kind of in the same boat. But as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you made it this far in the video, maybe you got a little bit of value. If you could help me out by just smashing or tapping or however you want to hit that like button, it helps me out immensely, makes those YouTube algorithm gods a little bit happier, gets more eyes on my channel, allows me to make more content for you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your GM OEM parts needs, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and take care.